Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything in your world is fan-freaking-tastic, as is everything in my world, or everything hopefully should be in yours. 18 millimeters, that's the gap here. I thought that. Do I have any, is there anybody out there who knows anything about watch repair or jewelry repair or whatever? I've got this watch. This was my grandfather's watch, and you've seen me fix it before, and I've fixed it dozens of times because, let's be honest, I'm not a watch wearing person, and I'm rough on it, and it gets pulled off of my arm. And so I bought this kit a long time ago because I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be buying, and it came with watch pins. And this measurement here is 18 millimeters. I just measured it. And I think I've been using 19 millimeter pins, but they seem to be, these are spring pins, and the barrels are, or no, I've been using 18 millimeter pins. The barrels on these are like too skinny. So I don't know. Like this is a 19 millimeter pin. I can't fit it in there. So then I go to this 18 millimeter pin, and it's like, it's too short. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You know, typically, I'm clueless. I mean, that gets me to 18 millimeters. I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. But anyway, this isn't what I wanted to talk to you about today. Yeah, see, the 19 millimeter pin, you can't compress it far enough. So I guess I need 18 millimeter pins, if that's the gap in the thing. Couple things. Number one, today I got another email notice from PayPal that somebody else had sent me some cash. And this time it came from Peter. And Peter, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your last name. Even though I work for a Polish company, I don't know Polish. And your last name looks scary. And Pete is a longtime friend of the show, friend of everything from the board game world, and also a woodworker apparently. So he asked me today what kind of table saw I was looking to purchase, and I told him that I was looking at I'm looking at, just so you know, I'm looking at a rigid table saw because I don't need a cabinet maker saw. I just need like a decent contractor style saw. And that's what the rigid saw is, but it has a cast iron top, and the base is already has this like funky locking wheel system, so that I can wheel it around, which is majorly important for me. So the saw is essentially a hybrid between a job site saw, a contractor saw, and a cabinet saw, and it's affordable, which is important. I think it's about $550 right now. So, you know, Pete sent me some money, and I cried, and I tweeted about it. I tweeted about me crying at my desk because it's just so weirdly heartwarming, and I feel weird about it in the first place. But you know, you have all told me so many times that I shouldn't feel weird about it, that I should be thankful, and I am. I'm extremely thankful for all of you. Even, you know, you don't have to send money for me to be thankful for you. I'm thankful for you just watching my videos and participating in my life in a way that I never imagined anybody would care to participate. So thank you. Thank you for being here. The other thing is, as soon as I get this pin stuck in here, this is did something bend this time? Nope. There we go. Now we're in, I might have even used 17 millimeter pins the last time. I got this thing put together, this thing I've been working on, and I keep calling it a device and a thing, and I keep like beating around the bush about what this actually is. So I'll tell you a little bit about it now. In my little world mind that this story sprouted out of, it's like a alternate near future sci-fi sort of thing, and the main character builds this weapon. So this is a part of a gun. So if you could imagine like a handle here and a barrel here, This is part of a gun. And the part that I've printed earlier folds down. This is essentially the barrel, or what's called a cylinder, on a revolver. This is the cylinder of a revolver. So it comes down to, we'll call these bullets. They're not bullets. Go in. If you notice, I'm loading this wrong. Like on a normal pistol, you would load the bullets from this side, because this rim keeps it from going through, and the actual projectile comes out the front. Well, in this particular device, it's loaded this way, and the main reason is there's a particular shot that I want to do, and having the bullets front load is, or the quote bullets front load is, will be much cooler. And the other reason is these are not projectiles, so these are more like, we'll call them batteries. They're charges, but they're not batteries either. And that is part of the story, so I don't want to say too much about that particular thing. But as far as this device working, the piece that I modeled on this side, this kind of angular, funnily shaped piece, this is actually pretty close to what I want. Now that I've seen it in my hand, and the size is actually much better than I thought it was. I really like the size. So this piece, this bulky piece, I will model some details onto it, some inlays and such. There might be like a little screen on here and some screw holes and such. But these end pieces, these are just temporary, tests. And this hole that I had put to make this thing be able to hinge, I thought it was 2 millimeters, but it was not. It actually ended up being way smaller than 2 millimeters. So I couldn't use like a standard coat hanger as my hinge pin. What I had to end up doing was finding some small finishing nails, cutting them to length, putting them in there, and then I drilled some holes in these plates to make the thing work. And so that works. And it, it's confirmed that I'm comfortable with the gaps that are here. I wanted this to be a little more durable, so I might shrink that gap slightly. But as far as the hinge mechanism, that is what I want to see. This whole side piece needs modeled a little better. Obviously, the bottom of this piece needs modeled. A handle needs modeled. A barrel needs modeled. I did model a barrel. I hate it. It's really bad. So I'm going to cut the handle piece out of wood. I'm going to cut the barrel piece out of wood, or maybe use PVC or something. Assemble this whole device and check and see what I think. After that, the next step is I go back in, I adjust this model slightly. This is actually really close to being exactly what I want. So I will adjust this slightly, and then I'll do a final print of it. I will completely redesign the, quote, bullets, because they actually need to be significantly different. I will finish modeling this piece. So the main shape is good, but I'll model on all the details. Then as far as the handle goes, though, I tried to take this this size of a thing and scale it to a revolver, and then get a revolver handle and model that and print it, and it's too big for my printer. I either have to do that model in multiple stages, but I also think it would be this ridiculously large thing, which is not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in more of a compact pistol. So I'm going to cut it out of wood, just simply trace a thing on here, put it on, and try it. And I might even do the finished prop out of wood, because it's going to have wooden, actual wood grips, like a revolver, like a cowboy revolver would have. So maybe I'll just do the whole thing out of wood and paint it to look different. I'm not sure yet, but it's working. It's coming along. So that's working. Yeah. I've received a significant amount of money this week towards the table saw, so this thing might happen soon. Might happen very soon, and that's amazing. And Pete, I'll put your name on the side of the saw too, I guess. Will asked yesterday, what's the price to get your name on the side? I don't want to tell you what people send. That's not my business to tell you that. But I guess anything. If you want your name on the side of the saw, if you just put, whatever. I hate asking for money, but I'm so thankful for you, and I'll put your names on it somehow. We'll 3D print a plaque, I think is what I'm going to do, and put it on there. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from chemistry.lsu.edu. What is the only vegetable that is never frozen? The only vegetable or fruit never sold frozen, canned, processed, cooked, or in any form but fresh. Lettuce. Yeah, that got me.